Jacob Boxx. I got started in film, really it goes back to when I was a teenager. I had myself and a group of friends, and one friend in particular who was really obsessed, really, with video cameras. He was one of those people who always had a camera with him, and so I, right off the bat, had to get pretty comfortable being his friend anyway, being in front of a camera. And in the process of that, he was far more comfortable in front of a camera than I was, so slowly it transitioned from his hands to mine. I found out about a job opening for Utah State football, doing video for them, filming practices, highlights, editing, and so I applied for it, got the job, and that's kind of where I started getting into it professionally, per se. The benefit about that job was that the training that I was lacking, I got there with a team that is really all really talented individuals. Now I'm still doing editing for the center that does the teaching videos, and I still do work with Utah State football, editing their highlights primarily. At this point in my life, because I've been doing it for so long, I'm very comfortable in this position. It's not, the thing that I love about being, especially now where I'm in a position of creative control, is being able to do what I want in creating a visual product. There's something about being able to show a work like that to people, and whether you get smiles or whatever their emotional reaction is, gives me pleasure to see other people have pleasure seeing something that I've created, and also for other videos that I've done, knowing that things are being utilized in a teaching capacity. On a personal level, I'm very big on education. I think that there's nothing more important for society, and so being able to be a part of something like that it gives me joy. Digital media is exploding. The internet has given people a capacity to enjoy visual media on a greater level, and it's being integrated with education, and it's being integrated with every facet of people's lives, and to be a part of that, I enjoy. I like being on the cutting edge of what's going on. To someone who is trying to get into this field of work, my advice would be, number one, make sure that you're willing to work. In this industry, there's lots of late nights. There's a lot of long hours. At first, you may not even make that much money. There's a big emphasis on experience level and trust. And so getting into the industry, you just got to be willing to jump in and show that you are willing to work really hard and that you're going to stick in there. If there's a late night and you show that you have something that's a greater priority, the people that will be working with you and trying to help you bring you in will take note of that, because in here, especially where you're working in a lot of cases in teams, it's all about knowing that the people you're working with are there and they're willing to stick it out to get a finished product. Be as much of a perfectionist or more than them. It's perfectionism is big in this industry, and that kind of goes along with the hard work ethic, at least in my experience. Everybody, I think, in this industry has their own story of how they got into it, but there's some general themes of you just got to be willing to work hard, you have to be willing to put in the time, and you have to be able to be willing to be creative, and while simultaneously, again, respecting those who are in charge or know better than you. Learn from each other. It's a constant push and pull in this industry for those that are involved in it, because as much as people are extroverted, there's egos, and it's good and bad, because sometimes you have to understand that in a high stress position where lots of money is at stake in some cases, things can get tense. If you can keep your cool, that's the last one that I didn't think of at the beginning. Working on keeping an even temper and being able to maintain that in high stress situations, and handle the pressure that in film work, sometimes you get one shot. It happens once. If you miss the moment, it's gone, and you can't get it back. So preparation is another facet of this.